right, guys, the results are in. Unfortunately, I figured I'd let everyone know, we did have to disqualify Robbie in this because in the middle of it, he like pinched the whole stack. He probably didn't mean to. It's probably an accident, but the rules were the rules. So, as a result, winning this Power of Veto. Congratulations, Quintetti, you have won the Power of Veto.
Okay, I just woke up from a nap. Telling you that can I speak? Quinn won the veto, which there was like a 1 in 6 chance that would happen, but like knew it was going to happen. Wish Robbie had just put him up to begin with, because then he would pull himself down and Robbie could have put up Daryl or Thomas, whoever wasn't up. But now Quinn is probably going to use the veto to pull Thomas off. And if that happens, then Robbie, because he made a speech targeting room 4 for the whole house, to stay true to that, he would have to put up me and Alex, which is stupid because we're in his alliance. And what he doesn't realize is if me or Alex go up, like, it's going to backfire and like everyone's going to change their vote and decide to vote one of us out, because if we're next to Darrell, then like, yeah, they're going to take us out. Like, I would if I was them. And so now the goal is to convince Quinn that if he takes Thomas down, he's putting a bigger target on himself. But Quinn bought the veto redraw for some reason, stupid advantage. And so like, I mean, I guess the only advantage in that is like it gave him the chance to play for veto so that he could not get backdoored. But this is my goal. Going into this vote tonight, we are trying to convince Quinn not to use the veto on Thomas. He told me that he's like 60-40 leaning towards not using it. Alex is about to talk to him. They're like hopping on a phone call. When Alex gets off the phone call, if it seems like Quinn is going to use it, and Quinn told me he would come back to me if he changed his mind. If it looks like Quinn is going to use it, I am going to offer Quinn one of my pendants of life to get him not to use it. And I'm going to tell him, like, this is my only pendant of life and I'm offering it to you because I trust you and I want you to have it. I'll give it to you after you post a video saying I'm not using the veto. And the reason I would do that is because it saves me from going up on the block. And if I go up on the block against Darrell, then there's a really good chance I'm going to go home. So I'm basically going to try to use that pendant of life as an immunity idol of sorts, and so we'll see if it works. But I have 2. I'm just going to tell him that I have 1 and offer it to him if it comes down to it.
So my pal Quinn has won the Power Veto today. Could not have gone worse. I told you this would happen. I said so many times last night that it was a big mistake to not put up Quinn and Thomas straight on the block, because now the fear is that, like I said, Quinn is going to pull Thomas off the block and then me or Gray is going to have to go up. I believe that Robbie would put up Gray over me, but still, I don't want the chance for Gray to go home. We want Thomas out of this game. We do not want Daryl to go. So I'm working to try to get Quinn to not use the Power of Veto. My thought process is essentially that if he does use it and he pulls off Thomas or even Daryl, but ideally Thomas, he's essentially exposing that he cares more about his relationship with Thomas and he's willing to risk mine and Gray's life in the game, which is not a good move for him. He has safety. He can compete in the next HOH. There's no reason for him to pull Thomas off. Because he just doesn't apparently have the numbers. He did this last time with my HOH where he was wishy-washy and he didn't just say yes or no, I'm using it. You know, those sort of players, like, you can't play that way. Like, you've got to be straight up with people. You got to tell people, like, yeah, I'm thinking of using it. And then you can discuss it. Or you say, I'm not going to use it. Or you say, I am going to use it. These people who go back and forth and they just say, oh, I don't know, like that's not okay. This is a game that I feel like you really have to play with the facts and you have to play with statements. And I really feel like language is so important here. Hang on, Robbie's just messaged. Yes, Robbie says, agree, it would piss the four of us off, meaning the alliance of me, Connor, Gray, and Robbie, if he used it. If he doesn't use it, though, he wasted 2 coins, which I said I disagree, because essentially Quinn says that he used the veto redraw because he wanted to make sure he wasn't backdoored. Well, mission accomplished. You won, put it away, and don't upset the boat anymore. So the plan is, I believe, to convince Quinn that Daryl's going home, but we're really going to evict Thomas. So, Lord help me.
I'm also just thinking through this season and how I'm in the final 9 now, which last time I was a second jury member. So now at worst I'm third jury member, but I think I'll be fine. But I still just we're halfway through the game based on people. I guess more because there's 2 that sit at the end. I still just can't believe that we had a medevac this season. That's still so crazy to me. That someone got medically evacuated, and I hope that he gets a chance to play again. But
hey everybody, I have gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on deciding whether or not to use this veto, but I think that I have finally settled on deciding not to use the power veto. So best of luck to both the nominees, and we'll see how tonight goes.
Sweet vengeance is on the way, and Daryl, that means that you gotta get out of here. So after Daryl's entire idiotic gameplay that he's played, and obviously going after me for some reason, I just think it's such poetic justice that I can finally say I vote to evict Daryl. So, he's an idiot. I think he was probably the stupidest player to ever walk into this game, and I haven't even watched half the seasons of this game, but I can almost pinpoint that Daryl might be upwards of the top 5 stupidest people that has played this game, or at least top 3 that I've ever played with ever. So, I don't know if he doesn't watch the show, if he doesn't know how this game works, but he's a dingbat. So, I haven't liked Daryl since day 1, and, I didn't even have a reason to not like Daryl at that point, but I was still friendly with him. And then he just does idiocracy, and so at that point it's just you're out of here. So, it's sad that the rivalry might have to come to a close this week, but there's a lot of people that kind of want to evict Thomas, and no, it's not happening. So, what's done is done. So what I need to do now is kind of, I guess, communicate with people and try my best to get rid of Daryl. So, oh well.
Y'all, I'm so angry because apparently Robbie told Alex yesterday that Thomas was the target. He told me yesterday that Daryl was the target. He's telling us completely opposite things. And it's starting to affect our relationship. And I didn't trust Robbie before, but I feel like I'm at my wit's end right now. I don't know where this vote is going, and this is the first time it's been this way this whole season. I am really truly upset. And this game is getting to me on more than a game level. I care about the people that I'm playing this game with. And it sucks. Because as soon as I do that, it starts hurting me and hurting those other people.
So yeah, my HOH is coming to an end here. It looks like Daryl is going to be evicted. I would say this is not a very successful HOH, but It got to the point. It got one of Room 4's people out, but it may be my demise to the end of my game. If Quinn or Thomas wins, I'm in trouble. We'll see.
And I don't like you. I vote to evict Daryl.
I cast my vote to evict Darrell.
I'm voting to evict Daryl.
I vote to evict Thomas.
I'm voting to evict Daryl. Done. I don't care anymore.
I vote to evict Daryl.
I'm voting to evict Daryl.
What is up, guys? The votes are in. Once I reveal the vote, the evicted house guests will have just a few minutes to say their goodbyes and head on over to the jury. By a vote of 6-1, Daryl, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Hi. So last time you saw me, I wasn't really sure who won HOH. And then I found out that Robbie won it. And I was like, oh, that's just perfect. Because he's one of 4 people that I really didn't want to win. I was semi-confident in the relationship I had with him. But then I heard from Alex that he was thinking about backdooring me before his HOH. So I wasn't really comfortable with him being HOH. Anyway, he puts up Thomas and Daryl. And is not shy about the fact that he's targeting Room 4 100%. Someone from Room 4 is going this round. So naturally, I'm thinking, well, crap, that's not good for me or anyone in my alliance. So then the veto rolls around, and I don't get picked to play the veto. Psych, I did get picked to play for the veto because I have 2 pendants, and I did a veto redraw, and I got picked. Hello. Freaking amazing. So I was practicing stacking my coins for like hours. I got up to 37 coins and I was like, all right, the time is now. So I did my attempt and I got 22 coins, which I was not confident in at all. I was like, there's no chance I'm gonna win. And I was right. Until I was wrong, because Robbie got disqualified for not following the rules. So I did win the veto. He said that he got 40 coins, which is absolutely insane, but they didn't count because he did the thing with the... So I won the veto. I used my pendants to redraw the veto. I got picked, and then I won. So freaking great. So now I have a hard decision. I have to decide, okay, do I not use the veto or do I use it? And then either Alex or Gray go up because it's going to be someone from Room 4. I deliberated and deliberated, decided not to use it because I figured that would give, it would create less ripples in the house. I think I was right. I sort of, kind of halfway definitely did tell Daryl that I was going to try and pull the votes to keep him. I did not. So hopefully that doesn't affect a jury vote for him if I end up getting in the final 2. But I'm still in this house. Every day that I'm here fascinates me. So I'm going to keep playing hard. I'm going to try to win HOH tomorrow. Who would I put up? Don't know. But that'd be pretty cool if I could win it. So stay tuned for more weeks of me just scraping by the skin of my teeth and winning this season. It's coming, folks. I swear it's coming.